It's not people whom are here. They had an appointment from federal government. They went to Holland. They stayed in Holland. Nothing came out of Holland. They stayed here. Nothing came out of here. Do you want that kind of representative? No. Do you want somebody that will give ambassador, he won't bring anything home? No. Do you want somebody that said, I belong to federal government, he won't bring anything home? No. Do you want somebody that said, oh, I'm very close to a minister, will not bring anything home? No. Even the smallest gauge, you don't bring. You bring it here? No. So it is important that you bring something home. I challenge your son, Ojingofa, who say he want to run for Senate. Which Senate is he going to run? The Senate of Holland or here? Is it Senate of Holland or here? People should tell him to go out to Holland. This Senate is for those who remember Eleme. It's not true. Those who work for Eleme, is it not? Senator Barimpiki who work for Eleme people. Of course, they know. APC in the state know. There's no way. There's no way. Did you benefit anything from them? Look at the only support we have. Employing our own youths. We had a minister, Oji was the ambassador. What happened? They killed it, not so? They killed it. Where our young boys go and get something to feed daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. They killed it. And now you want us to support them. Will you waste your time? No. Will you waste your time? No. All the PDP senators in Rivers State, all the previous assembly members in Rivers State, and the governorship and deputy governorship candidates in Rivers State, Eleme people will give them support. Maybe so? Maybe so? At the appropriate time, we'll talk the other one. We will go home and sit down with you and say, you do for me, I do for you. Maybe so? If I didn't do road in Eleme, if I didn't give you any project while I was the governor, now I'm leaving. I come and tell you, vote for PDP here. Will you vote? No. Will you vote? No. You won't vote. Why will you vote? But now you have seen that we are serious. Look at how all of you have come and seen yesterday and today. That shows you appreciate. We also appreciate the support you have given to us. And that's why we say life is give and take. As you do for me, I do for you. If you don't like me, I will like you. Woman and man, we say I love, love, love. If something know the love go there. Love go there. No matter how you are woman good, something must follow, not so. So people when they look for a vote, make them nonsense and make them come do something too. That's nothing anybody can tell us. We know ourselves. We know those who will deceive us. We know those who will not deceive us. So I thank Eleme people, and to assure you that before I leave, I'll still come back to Eleme. We'll sit down and discuss one-on-one. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? You see, this game, we are doing the theory aspect. We'll do the practical aspect later. That time we'll sit down. People talk to people, people understand. People talk to people. That is when we'll talk that way. It's not now. This is a television show. The hour will come. And then when I talk to Eleme people will hear. No, so. And when Eleme people talk to me, I will understand too. On that basis, I want to call our special guest of honor, the man who has developed Cross River State. When we thought that before Cross River State was one of those European countries, and we don't know what happened again. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I don't know how water take enter melon. So I invite Donado to talk to you and flag off this road. Thank you and God bless you.
Your name is Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh. You are a miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh.
perhaps no government in Africa that I know where literally day in, day out, there is something to celebrate except this one. And I don't take this lightly. And I say it with all sense of responsibility. Most states have abdicated governance to politics now. Now, in your state, in this state, River State, where I think this is the hotbed, the crux of politics in Nigeria today, you have not allowed that to digress you from your primary responsibility, which is governance. Perhaps your biggest challenge is to find people to come and flag off or commission one project or the other. I can imagine the amount of, the calculus that goes in, who do I call this time? Because you said to me on our way here that for the next 23 days, you'll be flagging off or commissioning one project or the other. That is not the norm in our society, particularly when you're winding down. In my time, when I was winding down 6 months before I left office, I ceased doing anything new. I didn't want, like you, I didn't want to leave any problems for my successor. The only difference is that our pockets were different. I had a small pocket, that secret pocket you have on the side here, that is I don't know if they still make trousers like that, but you have a pocket where you hide money, right? And the deep pockets. But you see, that's not the point. The point is not the depth of your pocket. The point is the heart that you put into that pocket. Every day, day in and day out, for the next 23 days, you're going to be doing something. And that's not going to take you away from the politics, because you are thick in it. You've stood forth for what is right and what is objective. The beauty of Governor Wike, and this is not, I'm going to conclude this soon. The beauty of Governor Wike is you cannot be indifferent to him. You're either for or against. But in being for or against, you judge yourself. It's very simple. If you're for him, you judge yourself. It tells the nature of person that you are. If you're against him, you also judge yourself, because it tells the nature of person that you are. But you cannot be indifferent to him. Even your worst critics cannot take this away from you. You have brought development to your state. You have become the standard upon which others will be judged. I also remarked in the bus coming here that perhaps in the last 5 to 10 years, the population of this part of the state has increased by at least 25%. And you can imagine if the amount of infrastructure you're putting in were not there, this will be one of the most unlivable places in Nigeria today. So my friends, my brothers, my sisters here, do not take this for granted. Do not take this for granted. If you didn't do it, you see, what the eyes don't see, the heart don't grieve. If you didn't see it, you probably you take it as normal. Well, government come and go. But no, he's saying that this is your entitlement, so I'm going to give it to you. I would like all of us to give a big round of applause to the government of Governor Nyesom Wike. Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would miss him. But I also believe that he has set the challenge for his successor. So his successor would, riding on the back and learning the tutelage he has gathered from him, he would strive to do better. We always hope and pray that those that come after us better us. That is the prayer of a responsible person. I think I speak on behalf of all of us here, Your Excellency, you're the Deputy Governor. I want to say congratulations. I don't know if I'll have another forum to say to you, congratulations for the work you have done. You have given your heart and soul to this state. When you are in a position like this, you're guided by one thing, not by the accolades and applause you get from people, not by the editorials from the newspapers or social media. You're guided by your conscience. That's the only thing you report to. When you go to bed, you ask yourself, have I done all that I could do? Can I go to bed in good conscience saying that I did what was right before the sight of my Lord? from my point of view, I think you should be a very happy man. A very, very happy man. You came, you saw, and you did what ought to be done. And so again, I want to say congratulations to you, your team, the State Executive Council, the State House of Assembly, the harmony that exists between the arms of government in this state. I want to congratulate you. And I hope that those coming after you, not only in this state, but in others, will take a peep and say, look, this is the way to go. Because the saddest thing that can happen to anyone, having had the opportunity to govern a state, is to say, I had wanted to. To me, that's a mark of failure. You had 8 years. What do you mean you had wanted to? You had more than enough time to plan it all and do what had to be done. Not I had wanted to. Nobody's going to judge you by what you wanted to do. They'll judge you by what you did.